This game should not be as good as it is. I mean, I'm going to say this now. I absolutely love Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. But if you would have told me this game would be one of my favorite Switch games ever back when it was teased, I would have just laughed it off. But now that I cleared the main campaign, I have quite a few things to say about this one. Let's get into it. So did any of us see this collaboration coming? Me either. When we saw Miyamoto on that stage with Ubisoft, I did not know what to expect, but all I knew it was Mario doing a crossover with the Rabbids from Rayman. Now when it comes to the Rabbids, the only thing I know about them is that they come from the Rayman franchise, so their games are mainly minigame collections. So when I heard they were doing a crossover with Mario, I was thinking a Mario Party light game that uses Switch features, but no, we've got a totally different game. We got a tactical turn-based RPG with puzzle elements, so yeah, what a shock. In the driver's seat in terms of development, we have Ubisoft Milan and Ubisoft Paris, and the fact that Nintendo is allowing Ubisoft to touch an IP like Mario says quite a bit. So the plot. The game opens with a pretty cool CG scene showing some kid working on a VR-like headset that can merge worlds together, and obviously this kid is a huge fan of Mario. You can see all sorts of Mario merch, posters, and even amiibo, which is a pretty nice touch. Well, things in the lab goes crazy and end up dropping the Rabbids in the Mushroom Kingdom, and that is our plot. Now, of course, when the Rabbids come into the kingdom, things go pretty haywire, and of course something goes incredibly wrong, and it's up to Mario and his new friends, the Rabbids, to stop whatever it is causing havoc in the Mushroom Kingdom. Overall, the story is pretty standard. It's really just a simple story that justifies the crossover to begin with, and that's completely fine with me because the gameplay is really the focus here. I will say, personally, I was not nearly as annoyed as I thought I would be before playing this. I actually had some pretty good laughs while playing, with the standout being Rabbid Peach, being obsessed with selfies and all, and she's just a sassy character, and the attitude of most of the scenes are entertaining. The Rabbids are known to be annoying, but I feel they really toned it down here for the most part. Then again, I never played any other Rabbids game, so I may be completely wrong about that, but I did enjoy the humor and the pace of the scenes here. Now the gameplay. Mario plus Rabbids work on a grid system. You can move your characters around in a strategic manner in order to take down the opposing team or reach the end of a goal. Now you can take multiple approaches to this. Some players like to get up close and personal, which I personally don't recommend, but you can also play it safe by keeping your distance and using your long range options to take down enemies, or use a mixture of both styles, which is what I ended up doing. You'll find your flow, and once you do, you'll have tons of fun playing this. Now, in terms of the characters, each character has their own unique set of characteristics. You can have up to 3 characters in your party. Mario will always be in your party as the leader, and just like most games Mario is playable in, he is a pretty well-rounded character. You also have types like Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach and their Rabbid counterparts, each having their own weapon class, secondary weapons, and abilities unique to that particular character. Again, this is another way you can switch up your gameplay and adds a bit of depth to it, which I like. Now, personally, outside of Mario, I really like Peach and Rabbid Peach due to their healing abilities. I always kept Luigi in my party because of his sniping ability, and being able to use his secondary weapon is pretty nice hitting enemies from a distance. You also have a skill tree for each of the characters that you use by filling with these orbs that you get from winning battles and such. You can also use coins that you find in the overworld and from battles to purchase upgraded weapons, secondary weapons, and more. So yeah, all the perks are there. Now, when it comes to the hub and overworlds, the game is pretty linear, but does offer puzzles to solve. For the most part, the puzzles are pretty simple until you get near Bowser's castle, but none of them really stump me. There are boss battles in this game, but again, if you strategize correctly, you should be okay. But make sure you heal when you need to and use shields and such. Each of the Rabbids you fight normally have all different characteristics and attack patterns that make each battle feel unpredictable and fresh, so yeah, I dig it. Now, the game is fun and all, but it's not perfect. There were some minor things that annoyed me, like for example, not being able to have a team that does not include a Rabbid or Mario as the leader. Now, I believe the sequel, Spark of Hope, fixes this issue, but in this game, you have to have Mario and you have to have at least one Rabbid character on your team at all times. A very minor nitpick, I know, but I would have been nice to have an actual team with no limitations. Now look, Mario plus Rabbids is one of those games I admittedly wrote off the minute I heard about it. This is the classic case of not judging a book by its cover because I really enjoyed this game, and this is coming from someone who does not care about tactical RPGs at all. But this game might have gotten me into that genre now, I don't know. I even considered purchasing the Donkey Kong DLC to get even more Rabbids action. The new game Spark of Hope is coming very soon. I'm super excited to see what Ubisoft and Nintendo can cook up a second time around. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.